Jamie and Gary had to move from where we were pitch side down to the tunnel to go and interview the manager. So the plan was I stood pitch side with those two. I said, hello, Jamie and Gary are here. Ask them a quick question about the team and off they go down and then they would answer it. And then they would have another thing to talk about on the way to go down to interview the manager. So the camera would go with them. But when they heard in their ear, okay, camera's ready to go when you are, they just heard, go now. So I said, whatever the question was, and they, instead of answering to me, they went, nodded at me and turned and walked off. But that wasn't even the worst bit. The worst bit is that the camera that was following them was in front of them so it could see their faces. So I'm in the background all the way through. So I'm just standing there in the background. And the director just kept going, still in vision, Kel, still in vision. Yeah, we can still see you. And they're all themselves laughing. And I'm in the back just going, what do I do? So I'm just like shifting about like this, goes
trying to look natural.
Yeah.
So
and then the next day there was a bit of a drama about it and people were like, can't believe they were so disrespectful. And it was and I'm like, well, no, they weren't. That wasn't what they were doing. They probably could be if they wanted to be, but they weren't doing it. And then somebody cut it to, hello darkness, my old friend. So I was like zoomed in on my face, just sitting there looking like really sad because I couldn't laugh. I was like just sitting there like looking really forlorn in the background. And then it went to black and white. It was all very dramatic. And then the next week it was a promo for, I think, Man United, Liverpool or something. And we had to do it. And Jamie and Gary again, they said, what time's kickoff? And I turned and walked back up the touchline. And I was like, it's whenever it is, blah, blah, blah. On these channels, don't turn your back or don't you dare turn your back or something like that. It now, around International Women's Day or things like that, it gets a little kind of boost. Yeah. And so the girls come home and they're like, our friends have seen you on TikTok. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's like, woman reporter gets her own back on. Girl boss, and they're like, and then Gabriella, my eldest, comes back. Gabriella comes back, and she's like, oh my god, all the comments are just like W's, and I'm like, oh, what's a W? And they're like, it's like a win. I'm like, oh my god, yeah.